Yes, everyone, it's John flying solo back again. Um, Everton have just beaten Crystal Palace 2-1 away at Selhurst Park. That's the first back-to-back away victories Everton have had in the league since late 2023, according to the commentator. We are up to 13th in the league now. Some good man of the matches, in my opinion, today, but we'll get on to that. Let's talk about the game. I thought Everton started quite slow, which I was quite surprised at, with the high that we were all on after the Merseyside derby and scoring that late. I thought he would have come out the traps a bit faster than what he did. But no, Palace had the ascendancy, and probably for the first 20 minutes, it was mostly Crystal Palace. I thought if I could be picky, Michael's called me a Nahi Nelly today when we were texting and stuff. I was quite picky. But listen, we've won. I thought we were second to a lot of the balls all over the park today. I thought the defence initially looked quite shaky. We were giving them a lot of time on the ball. They were putting balls into the box, and I just expected a bit more. And then after 20 minutes, Everton come into it, and we had a 10-15 minute spell where we were in the ascendancy and we were the better team. And the first goal comes from, a Crystal Palace throw-in. I think it was Tyrick Mitchell who was poor for me all game. The commentator was saying, I think the crowd started to get a bit on his back. He wasn't really up to speed with the game and stuff. He takes a throw-in and his own man isn't ready for the throw-in. And Alcaraz nips in and he carries the ball, and it's 2-on-1. Alcaraz is bringing it forward. Beto makes space for himself in the middle and he plays it across. And I'm just, shouting at the telly, go on, just play him in. Because the confidence that I've got with Beto with them situations compared to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I knew if Alcaraz played that ball across to him, we go 1-0 up, and we did. Again, it was a good finish. And listen, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's out injured, so I'm not going to stand here and dig him out. But I have said in the last couple of weeks with the run that Beto was on, he's a much, much better finisher than Dominic Calvert-Lewin in them situations. He doesn't really miss one-on-ones, and again, he had one today, and he sort of just gets it in. The keeper did rush out at him, and to be honest, I thought he'd missed it. Thought I was going to expect the ball to bounce back out the box, but no, it rolls into the net, and Everton fans go mad, and I go mad, and running around the living room and stuff, and it took a bit of the pressure off Everton then, because we went 1-0 up, and Crystal Palace have got to come forward in the game then to try and get back into the game. So we go into half-time, and Crystal Palace come out second half and they were flying. They get an early free kick and that's played in. And I think, I'm pretty sure in saying it gets played out for a corner, and they put the ball in from the corner, obviously, and inadvertently they score from the corner. And again, I was going back to the defence, what I was saying earlier on. We looked at 6s and 7s at some stages in the game today. We just didn't look like we were the other night. There was dogged defending, they were putting bodies on the line, and I just think we give them too much time either to get the ball in the box or standing off them and not clearing it enough and allowing the runners to get in behind us. So again, then Everton step into it again. I think the goal that Palace score wakes Everton up in the second half, and then we go again, and I think Everton were probably the better team in the second half in hindsight, looking at it. I think on the second half showing, Everton probably deserved the 3 points. And whatever David Moyes is doing and saying, it's working. He's got every man playing for himself. I thought there was some poor performances there, if I could be picky. I didn't think Lindstrom was that good. Again, I could target some of the defenders, but I'd say the last 5 minutes and then the injury time where we were under pressure, I thought the defence looked back to its best, where we were putting our head in where it hurt. And we defended better as a unit when we were under the cosh after we went 2-1 up. Their goal, it took so long to give it, and I think it was pretty obvious that he was onside. I think, in my opinion, the goal was always going to count. I don't know why it took 4 minutes to allow Crystal Palace's goal. I thought there might have been a chance of a high foot, because I think it's Jake O'Brien. He sort of puts his head in, But then when you look, the Palace player foot probably only goes just over waist height. So I thought they might have looked at that as well, but no. So they give the goal, and again, that sparks Everton into life. And I can't really remember the second goal because there was that engrossed in the game. I don't know how it come about. But the ball falls to Alcaraz, and he's got good feet, tidy feet and all that, and he finds the gap to place it in. A very cool finish. A goal, in my opinion, that Alcaraz really deserved. I thought for his first Premier League start today, I thought he put an all-right performance in. Listen, it wasn't brilliant. You know, we done a lot of running, but there was quite a few players. I think once we got over the initial tiredness and we got our second legs, I think it sparked us into life, and there was a lot more running. Jack Harrison put some peaches of balls into the box in the first half. There was just no one on the end. And I think there was one. It come in and it was just going to Beto. And I think it comes off the Crystal Palace player and it pushed it out wide away from him. But Jack Harrison was quiet in the second half. If I could be picky, I don't think Lindstrom's good enough. I think he's weak in the tackle. And Michael's pointed out quite a few times on here that when the way we're playing, the likes of Lindstrom and Harrison have to tackle back. I thought Jack done it a bit more than Jesper today, and when Jesper did tackle back, I thought he was weak in the tackle. I didn't think he put his body on the line. I think he was giving them too much space and not getting tight, and they were either going past them or, you know, he was allowing them to get the ball in the box. But listen, I know I'm sounding picky here. I had just expected a bit more, but listen, to go away to Crystal Palace and get a 2-1 result after the work that them players put in the other night, we now go up against a home game. We now go up with a home game next Saturday against Man United. If we can put the two performances in and mix a bit up like we did against the other lot Wednesday night and then today's performance, I think we beat Man United. We've gone above Tottenham today. We've gone above Man United today. I know they've got to play, but obviously only one of them can win. So we're in a good position now, and I think we can finally forget about relegation. We are 13 points above the relegation drop now, and the goal difference is probably worth another point as well. But yeah, I'm happy. I know there's part in this video where I haven't sounded happy, and as I say, Michael was calling me narky, especially after the first half. I just did expect a bit more, but again, I will say it again, Crystal Palace have got some really good individual players. Mateta again showed what he's capable of. Eze coming on showed what he's capable of. And I just think, in hindsight, for Everton to go to Selhurst Park after what we went through on Wednesday night, with the workload that we put in against the other lot on Wednesday night, I don't think, looking back now, I was probably a bit moany about it. Couldn't have expected any more. I mean, I predicted a 1-1, so to get a 2-1 victory against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Granted, they have only won 2 games at home this season, but they've also picked a couple of draws up against the better teams. So for Everton to go there, I wouldn't say it was a dogged performance. I wouldn't say it was a polished performance. I think we grew into that sort of performance where it become dogged, and Idrissa Gana guy again, you know, the engine on him, and Tim comes on and he looked a bit more composed. Alcaraz done a lot of running, didn't really do much in the game, obviously he set Beto up. Harrison, as I say, first half, defence looked shaky to me. It's tough for me to give a man of the match today. I thought Beto's hold-up play, especially in the second half, was good. He was muscly, he was strong, he was putting his head in to win headers. A few times where he tried to flick it on and there was no one behind him. Hopefully we can work with that with Alcaraz, because he probably will get a bit more game time now with Ndiaye being out. And I think we missed Ndiaye a bit today when we weren't in the game. I think him being out showed that didn't really have the composure. Don't think James Garner really offered that today. But listen, we've gone and we've won a 2-1 victory at Selhurst Park. Again, it's tough to give a man of the match. I'm probably going to give it to Beto, and I never thought I'd say that 2 months ago. I think since David Moyes has come in, Beto's probably been our most improved player under this manager. Again, I'll say it again, he's putting his head in where his head. He's got 2 sides of his game as well. We've seen it against Leicester where he was getting in the channels and getting in behind them. But today he was winning headers, he was flicking them on, and he scored a one-on-one again. Another goal for Beto. I'm not sure what his goal ratio is now in the last 6-7 games, but it's a lot better in my opinion than what it would have been under Calvert-Lewin. So I'm going to give my man of the match to Beto. Listen, folks, I am going to leave it there. Michael is back tomorrow from his romantic weekend away, wherever he's gone. So there will be a more in-depth video tomorrow. We will do a debrief. Michael watched most of the game, so it should be a good debrief tomorrow where we can go into more detail, and Michael will probably slag me off for being negative. But hey-ho, it's all about opinions. Listen, don't forget, hit that like and the subscribe button for us. We are doing really well. The channel, the views are doing well lately. We just want it to keep building and going up now. So don't forget, hit the notification button as well. And when a video is out, you will get alerted to it. Thanks very much for watching, folks. We will be back tomorrow. Have a lovely evening and God bless.